Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend so far, and as well as a great start to your Saturday. And today is January 25th, 2025, and in today's forecast, we're going to be talking about this huge weather pattern change that's going to be coming to the United States as we get into the beginning of our February, where not only will we be seeing those above normal temperatures, but we could also be talking about the potential for severe weather. And when those brief cold shots roll on through, we could even be seeing the potential for some more snowstorms, maybe even some blizzard conditions developing in some areas. And those aren't the only things that we're going to have to watch for. We could also be seeing some flooding issues, especially across the deep south and as well as the lower Ohio Valley. So we will need to be watching a lot of those areas very closely, as it is going to be a pretty dangerous pattern as we get into the beginning of our February. But if you are new here to the YouTube channel, or if you haven't subscribed already, now's a good time to press that subscribe button, as we upload every day on this channel. And our next goal is to try to reach 2,000 subscribers before spring. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to subscribe, as we will keep you guys up to date with the latest. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up too as well. Those help out more than you know, and those are much appreciated. And make sure to also share this with any friends, family, or anyone who you know on social media. Once again, guys, if you guys would please do that, that would be much appreciated. And we'll get right into today's weather forecast. But let's first start out by taking a look at the satellite imagery, like what we were taking a look at before. And as you guys can see, the latest from the satellite imagery is really showing some pretty good snow showers ongoing across parts there of the Rocky Mountains. So places like northern Colorado, central and northern Utah, back over there into central and southern Nevada, even into parts of California, definitely getting some pretty good rainfall as well, as we really need the moisture after those wildfires. And of course, some of that even continues down there, even into New Mexico. So definitely a pretty interesting setup out here in the Rocky Mountains, as snow showers will likely be our main concern as we head throughout today and perhaps even into tomorrow. So make sure you are paying attention across areas in the Central Rockies and as well as the Four Corners region. And same goes over here in like Ontario and as well as the Great Lakes region. Even got some lake effect snow showers ongoing there too as well. Now let's start by taking a look at these models, and the first thing that we're going to look at is going to be our future radar. Starting off by taking a look at what's going on right now. Once again, we got some lake effect snow showers still ongoing across parts of there of Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, back up there in Idaho, Montana. Even got some lake effect snow showers even ongoing in those other areas. So definitely a pretty interesting setup, like I said, as we are going to continue to see those snow showers persist even as we get into tomorrow. And then after that, and if we continue to take this forward, we actually kind of see a little bit of a system start to develop down there across the deep south, bringing a little bit of rain, not much, but just a little bit of rain down here in the deep south, where we could definitely be seeing some rainfall over the next couple of hours today and as well as into your Monday. And then after that, we then start to get another sign of a potential storm system developing down here, bringing rain once again, but this system could even bring some snowfall to the northern parts there of the East Coast, like New England, all the way up there into the mid-Atlantic and Northeast, where snowfall is definitely looking more likely, and we could even be seeing that rainfall on the southern side of that system. And not only that, if we take this forward again, we're going to actually have a crazy snowstorm ongoing over here out there in Minnesota, not Minnesota, but New Mexico, parts there of western Texas, where heavy snow, sleet, and even some freezing rain could definitely be possible, and that can and that will continue to bring some impacts as it continues northward into parts there of Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and maybe even continuing to bring that even as it gets up there into the upper Midwest, where we could definitely be seeing the potential for some heavy snow. Like I said, maybe even some isolated freezing rain and sleet also mix on in there too as well. So this will be our next big time system to watch for, as it even looks to bring some rain on the southern side of that system. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that for you by the time we get into the beginning of our February. And then I think the more concerning storm system is going to be this one right here, where we actually see snowfall on the northern side of the system. But look at this, guys. We actually kind of see a line of rain develop anywhere from Texas all the way up there into the Ohio Valley. And look what happens when we take a look at the lightning flash rate, guys. Boom. Big squall line developing. I'll take this just a little far back so that way you guys can see, but look at that big squall line developing anywhere from Texas all the way up there into the lower Ohio Valley, where we could be seeing damaging winds, large hail, and maybe even a few tornadoes mixing on in, as we'll have plenty of energy to work with, as you can see across this corridor, as anywhere from Texas all the way up there into southern Illinois likely to get right around 500 to 1,000 joules per kilogram, maybe even some areas down there in Texas upwards of 2,000 joules per kilogram. So that will be something to keep an eye on there. If we compare that to what the moisture is, if we take a look at the moisture, we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. The moisture is going to be pretty favorable. Maybe not as favorable as you get a little farther north, because then those dew points do start to drop, but we actually see some pretty good moisture around anywhere from Texas all the way up there into the lower Ohio Valley, especially starting at Indiana and as well as southern Illinois, likely to see some pretty good moisture amounts, which we could be seeing the potential for severe weather, like I said. And then if we compare that to the wind, let's go ahead and take a look at our wind. We actually do see some pretty good wind, guys, for maybe a few tornadoes developing. So we will definitely need to be watching this very closely, as conditions do look to be very favorable for tornadoes, damaging winds, and as well as large hail by the time we get into the beginning of our February, especially as we get into the beginning of next week, not like next week, but the week after. So we will need to be watching the beginning of February very closely for that. And then, of course, those snowstorms will be another thing to keep an eye on, like I said, as we'll have that northern snow on the northern side of that system, and maybe even another one developing as we get closer into the middle of February. But as of right now, we're mainly just going to be focusing on this storm right here, the closest, as it's looking to bring both severe weather and as well as heavy snowfall. So definitely going to be one of those crazier systems to watch for, and so we will definitely keep an eye on that closely. And then the next thing that I want to look at is going to be our temperatures. Let's go ahead and take a look at our temperatures now. And as you guys can see, for today, we are going to stay a little bit above normal across parts there of the Midwest, Great Lakes, and as well as the Ohio Valley, all the way back down there into the Southern Plains, where we are doing with some warmer air for today. And as we continue to take this forward, we cool down briefly for tomorrow, but then we warm right back up with a much bigger warm up, and maybe another brief shot of cold air rolling on down by the time we get into Thursday of next week, which will be the last day of January. And then after that, check this out, guys, we actually get a much significant warm-up, a much more significant warm-up over here in the eastern United States, where well above normal temperatures could be possible, especially where we really see that moisture surge on in, which once again, with all that moisture, wind, and energy that we'll have, could definitely bring some issues for severe weather. And then right behind it, we might have another big cold shot to watch for. And once again, when these two air masses collide with each other, it creates a lot of instability. When we see these two air masses collide, creates a lot of instability, and that's why we're going to be seeing the potential for severe weather as we get into the beginning of February. So make sure to be paying attention, as we will continue to keep you guys up to date with the latest. Now, the final things that we're going to look at is going to be your total rainfall and also your total snowfall. Starting off with your total rainfall from now all the way to February 4th. Check this out, guys. Very high rainfall totals definitely expected, anywhere from the plains all the way back up there into the lower Ohio Valley, with anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rainfall expected, guys. Especially where you see those reds. Look at that. Even down there towards Texas and as well as Louisiana, we could even be seeing some rainfall amounts even getting up there towards 8 inches, guys. So this is definitely not good news for a lot of you guys, as we could be seeing some flooding issues out there. I think the area that is most likely to get those chances for flooding will be this corridor right here. This will be the area to watch the closest for the biggest chances for flooding. So if you live anywhere in this area that I just circled, make sure you're not only paying attention for severe weather, but also pay attention for those flooding issues by the time we get into the beginning of our February, where we will likely be seeing those chances for severe weather, flooding, and then let's say if you live farther to the north, you'll likely get on that snow, which is what we're going to be taking a look at next. So let's go ahead and look at our total snowfall now. And yes, total snowfall, definitely a lot of snowfall also expected, as we'll have a corridor way out here in the Rocky Mountains, all the way out there into the Great Lakes region, where we could be seeing some pretty heavy snowfall around, maybe even some areas getting upwards towards 2 feet of snowfall. So make sure you are paying attention, as a lot of snowfall is definitely looking likely, and even some areas even over there in British Columbia, and as well as the Cascades could definitely also see some of that snowfall too as well. So we will definitely keep an eye on it for you. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's weather forecast. Consider subscribing to the channel, as we upload every day, and we are trying to reach 2,000 subscribers before the spring, if why not more than that. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as we will keep you guys up to date with the latest. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up too as well. Those help out more than you know, and those are much appreciated. And make sure to also leave any questions, comments, or concerns that you guys have down below. Feel free to leave anything down below, and I'll get to those comments in just a second. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Saturday, and as well as a great weekend, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.